Good morning. All right, you guys, for your English research class, we are going to add on to and build on top of what you're going to be doing in your main English class. So in your main English class, we're talking about stereotypes and archetypes and the Odyssey, epic poems, and we're also talking about heroes. And I think that's a good topic to talk about right now during everything that's going on. So for this week's assignment, you're going to be completing 2 assignments, and they're going to be based on a text that I will attach to OSS Connect. So you can read it yourself. It'll be a PDF, but at the end of this video, I'm also going to read it to you. So if you want me to read it to you, just wait until the end of this video. Now, the article that we are going to read is all about heroes and what it means to be a hero and how everyone kind of has different definitions of what makes a hero. And I want to hear from you guys, really I do, what you think it means to be a hero. And it's interesting because we have movies like Mulan or The Avengers and comic book heroes and anime that all define what heroes are, but I'd like to know if that's your definition of hero or if you have something else in mind. So I'm going to switch your view. What does it mean to be a hero? The text that you are going to be reading, or I'm going to be reading to you, is called Where I Find My Heroes by Oliver Stone. So the 3 assignments that you're going to have this week, you're only going to be graded on the bottom 2, 2, and 3. So for the first assignment, you see you can read along with me on this video at the end here. I'm going to read the assignment, the text out loud. You can read along with me, or you can stop this video and read it yourself. So the 2 assignments you're going to be graded on are this one. So find 3 3-syllable words in the text. For example, courageous. So you can do the clapping. Courageous is a 3-syllable word, and you're going to write their definition. So you can do this in 2 ways, you guys, and any way you want to do it is up to you. You can either type the 3 words with their definition directly onto OSS Connect. I'll make that available for you. Or you can write it on a piece of paper and take a picture of it and then upload that picture to OSS Connect. So either way you want to do it, as long as I can get it and I can see it and I can grade it, that'd be great. So find 3 3-syllable words, for example, courageous, in the text and write their definitions down. Now, the other assignment you're going to have is to write a Peel paragraph. Yay! Peel! You guys, did you miss Peel? All right, so you're going to write a Peel paragraph, and I'm actually going to have a file attached to this assignment where it kind of outlines how the paragraph should look if you want to look at that to help you write it. But the topic of your Peel paragraph is, what does hero mean? So you see it at the board. What does hero mean? And that's the prompt. So you have 2 assignments this week. You'll have 2 assignments every week. Hopefully they're not too much for you. And if you need any help at all, I'm available through email or Microsoft Teams if you want a more live chat kind of experience. All right, you ready, guys? If you want to read this article yourself, you may stop the video now. The rest of this video is just me reading the article out loud with you guys. If you want to read along, that would be great. It kind of helps your reading skills if you're reading along while I'm reading it to you. All right. La la la. No, I'm kidding. Where I Find My Heroes by Oliver Stone. From McCall's magazine, November 1992. Now, Oliver Stone became a movie director after serving in the Vietnam War. So his films have explored historical subjects such as the Vietnam War and President Kennedy's assassination. It's not true that there are no heroes anymore, but it is true that my own concept of heroism has changed radically over time. When I was young and I read the Random House biographies, my heroes were always people like George Washington and General Cutter and Abraham Lincoln and Teddy Roosevelt. Men generally and doers. Women, with the exception of Clara Barton, Florence Nightingale, and Joan of Arc, got short shrift. Most history was oriented towards male heroes. But as I've gotten older and since I've been to war, I've been forced to re-examine the nature of life and heroism. What is true? Where are the myths? The simple act of heroism are often overlooked. That's very clear to me, not only in the war, but in peace. I'm not debunking all of history. Crossing the Delaware was a magnificent action. But I am saying that I think the meaning of heroism has a lot to do with evolving into a higher human being. I came in contact with it when I worked with Ron Kovic, the paraplegic Vietnam vet, born on the 4th of July. I was impressed by his life change, from a patriotic and strong-willed athlete to someone who had to deal with the total surrender of his body, who grew into a nonviolent and peaceful advocate of change in the Martin Luther King Jr. and Gandhi tradition. So heroism is tied to an evolution of consciousness. Since the war, I've had children, and I'm wrestling now with the everyday problems of trying to share my knowledge with them without overwhelming them. It's difficult to be a father, to be a mother, and I think that to be a kind and loving parent is an act of heroism. So there you go. Heroes are everyday common people. Most of what they do goes unheralded, unappreciated, and that, ironically, is heroism, not to be recognized. Who is heroic? Scientists who spend years of their lives trying to find cures for diseases. The teenager who says no to crack. The inner city kid who works at McDonald's instead of selling drugs. The kid who stands alone instead of joining a gang, which would give him an instant identity. The celebrity who remains modest and treats others with respect, or who uses his position to help society. The student who defers to the immediate pleasure of making money and finishes college or high school. People who take risk despite fears. People in wheelchairs who don't give up. We have a lot of corruption in our society, but we mustn't assume that everything is always basely motivated. We should allow for the heroic impulse, which is to be greater than oneself, to try to find another version of oneself, to grow. That's where virtue comes from. And we must allow our young generation to strive for virtue instead of ridiculing it. All right, you guys, that's the article. I hope you have a good week, and I will be back with you again soon. Good luck. Try to have fun. Learn something. Bye.